Respected principal sir, faculties, my dear students, a very good morning to all. So, children, just now Gulab sir gave a speech on fundamental rights. 9th class students, it is there in your syllabus, fundamental rights. I don't know, you might have read it or not. There are total 6 fundamental rights. They are clearly written in your textbook. Okay, so now I am going to speak on fundamental duties. Before I speak on fundamental duties, I would make you realize, because of that fundamental rights, you are all sitting here. There is one article called as Article 21A, which talks about right to education. From 6 to 14 years of children have to go to school at any cost. This is what the Constitution says. If your parents don't send you to school, they will be jailed. If you go to work in some hotel or in some field, you will be caught and you will be put in the school again. This is what the right to education says, Article 21A, which is there in the Indian Constitution, which is a fundamental right. Because of this fundamental right, you are here. Because of that fundamental rights, I am here. Because that fundamental right says that there is equality of opportunity in jobs in the public sector. Because of that equality of rights, I am here, standing in front of you. These fundamental rights are the most important part of the Indian Constitution. Jawaharlal Nehru said, it is the soul of the Indian Constitution. When Barack Obama, the first black president of USA, came to India, what he told, if something is to be taken from the Indian Constitution, that is the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights have given us so many things. You can't even imagine. We are breathing, that too also because of the fundamental rights. Article 21, right to live in this country. So these fundamental rights we all have got. So it is our duty to do something for this nation. It is our duty to do something for this nation. That is called as fundamental duties. So fundamental duties were not earlier there in our Constitution. In 1975, the government sat and told to a committee, read about the Constitution whether fundamental duties are required or not. So there was one committee that is called as Sardar Swarna Singh Committee. Sardar Swarna Singh Committee sat and read the Constitution of Russia. Russia old name is USSR. The Constitution of USSR was read, and after reading the USSR Constitution, we also thought that there should be some fundamental duties for the citizens of India, and then we also have put fundamental duties in our Constitution. Part 4A, Article 51A talks about fundamental duties. Earlier there were 10 fundamental duties. Today there are 11 fundamental duties. So what are the fundamental duties which are there? 11. Out of 11 I will read few of the fundamental duties. The first fundamental duty is to respect the national flag and national anthem. I think we are all doing it every day in the morning. We are respecting the national flag and national anthem. Is it? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Second fundamental duty is to get inspired by the national struggle. That national struggle is there in your 8th class, 9th class, 10th class. How we got freedom? How did we get freedom from the Britishers? How did we reach here? Today, 2024, we are standing here. How did we reach till here? That inspiration we have to take from the freedom struggle. That is also there. The third fundamental duty is to work for the integrity of India. So we are all here for the working for the integrity of India, not to divide ourselves. He is that, he is Telugu, he is Marathi, he is Tamil. No, we are all Indians first and last. So we have to remember all that things. This is what our duty is. To render service for the nation. Whenever our country is asking for service, okay, come and join the army. Yes, we have to join the army. Come and serve the nation. We have to serve the nation. You are in 9th class, you are in 8th class or 10th class, 4th class, 5th class. Why are we studying? To serve the nation, children. That is the biggest thing. We have to preserve the rich heritage of the country. We have a rich heritage. I went to station a few days back. One boy, he was catching the legs of his father. He was going to some place. That is our culture. We have to preserve that culture. That culture is to be preserved. This is what the Constitution states. This is our fundamental duty. To develop scientific temper. We have to develop scientific temper. We have to join ISRO, DRDO. We have to go scientific way. In a scientific manner we have to think. Not in an orthodox manner. Our views should be in a scientific way. This is what the Constitution says. It is even important for the teachers. to develop scientific temper, humanism, spirit of inquiry, to strive towards excellence. So every day, children, you have to strive towards excellence. What you were yesterday, you should not be today. You should be better than yesterday. What you are today, you should be better than today, tomorrow. So every day you have to strive for excellence. This is what the Constitution says. There are so many duties. As I told you, there are 11 duties. Again, I am telling you, children, as we have got fundamental rights, the Constitution is giving us fundamental rights, so we also have duty towards the country. So here I end up my speech. Thank you for patiently listening to me. Now I request Principal Sir to add his contribution to the Constitution. Thank you.
Happy morning, children. Happy morning, children. That's the spirit we want from your side, because early in the morning you should have that kind of energy. Okay? As you go in the field outside, that time you show your temper, your energy. The same energy you have to maintain throughout the day, even in the classes. So first of all, I would like to pay my humble tribute to the father of the nation, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And as Swapnil sir as well as Gulab sir told you about fundamental rights and fundamental duties. And it was shared that fundamental duties were added in the Constitution later. Why? Because generally we talk about rights but we forget our duties. Now our duties comes first before our rights. Okay? So before we know our rights, we should know our duties as well. And in every NCERT book, it has been given. On the very first page you can see, on the cover, back side of the cover you can find fundamental duties as well as rights. Okay, so right from class 1, in all the textbooks they have been given. But the problem is we don't go through them, we don't know what are the duties, what are the rights. Okay, so 2 important dates I would like to discuss today. Children, today is 26th November. The same day in 1949, what had happened? What had happened? Why are we celebrating this day? Could you tell me? Why are we celebrating this day? Nobody knows. Then it is useless to celebrate this day. You have been told, even the preamble was read out here. Even after that you don't know. 2 dates are important, 26th November 1949 and 26th January 1950. I think 1950, 26th January you remember. That is the day our constitution came into effect. But before 2 months before this date, the constitution was adopted by the Constituent Assembly in the Parliament. Okay, that's why we are celebrating this day as Constitution Day. हमारे देश का जो संविधान है वो लागू नहीं हुआ था, लागू 26 जनवरी को हुआ है for public, but before that it was adopted in the Constituent Assembly. ठीक है? That's why this day is important. And what is the history? Why it came into effect from 26 January? That we will discuss on 26 January. But today we have to know that because of this and the preamble that was read out, there are 4 important things. The first is liberty, swatantrata. Second is equality, samanta. Third is, what is the third term? Justice. When there is any problem with liberty and equality, then comes the role of justice, nyaya. And the fourth one is fraternity, brotherhood, bandhutva ki bhavna. These are 4 important things in our preamble you should know. And you all must learn by heart our preamble of the Constitution. Okay? So these are the things that you have to know, and very effectively you have been told about duties as well as rights. So duties are very important. You all should know how to respect national symbols, whatever national symbols are there, and how to develop scientific temper. Okay, that is very important for students. Okay, so with this hope, that you would respect your national symbols. Whatever makes us united, you have to know that. With this hope, I would like to wind up my words. Thank you. And once again, I would like to wish you all a very happy Constitution Day. संविधान दिवस की सभी को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. Thank you.